We all have social blind spots and we miss stuff. As adults or children with ADHD, we miss social cues. We struggle sometimes with noticing and being bombarded by stimuli. We might be bottom-up processors. So that means we process information and details and then we notice the big picture. Everybody can have blind spots. And to say that you don't, I think that that's silly. Everybody has things they don't notice. Hi friends, I'm Caroline Maguire, and I am here to talk about all things friendship and ADHD. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. The channel's growing and it really helps me out when you share the videos and like and subscribe. So if you're watching and lurking, please subscribe. Why do we have blind spots? Why is this so important? What is a blind spot? Research shows that we all have blind spots. To understand everyone, you have to understand those blind spots. You have to kind of know your biases, your blind spots, your prejudices. Self-aware people continue to check their perspective and grow their communication skills. Increased understandings helps us make choices, problem solve, anticipate other people's reactions. Assumptions about other people are often formed by snap judgment and a quick understanding of other people. We can clarify, explore, and even say, what do you mean by that? Rather than assuming. We have to learn to decode and explore, to collect social messages and social data. But the fact is that there's a lot of social data out there. Social data is the information you collect when you listen to people, you read body language, you explore what other people are thinking, and you check your own bias. Your experience is not my experience. And the way that we actually look at people's lives tends to be that we think of, oh, let me step in your shoes. I haven't had this experience before. This is why a lot of people will say, well, I never needed help for this, or I never needed this, or I never had accommodations in school, because they are actually in their blind spot. They are thinking about the fact that their experience didn't require that. Well, there's lots of factors. Absolutism and all or nothing thinking is one reason we have social blind spots. This polarized thinking that there's good or bad is placed into two extreme categories when there's shades of gray. And remember, people with ADHD, research shows, often take your last experience with someone and use that to project onto the whole relationship. So maybe we had a bad conversation, and then I'm looking at it with this all or nothing thinking, and I say the whole relationship is bad, when maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they're annoyed about something that has nothing to do with me. I think we tend to then paint with a broad brush or think of people as in or out. They're friends or foes. And the fact is that most people fall somewhere in between. Our rumination and emotional distress can turn our focus inward and often keep us from reading the social messages around us. So one of the best things to do is, before you make decisions, realize, are you in some emotional distress, and are you looking at things from the emotional reasoning lens? Because if you are feeling so emotionally distressed, then you're likely to be more reactive. One bad day is not a pattern. And what we want to do is use our patterns and say, the past 15 times I've seen this person, they've been kind of rude to me. Okay, then they might be rude. But our blind spot tends to be that we're using one single example of human behavior and we're saying that's who the person is. So wait, what do I do with all this? How do I check our own perspectives? I use 5 questions to check your information to see if you're having a social blind spot and if your perspective is correct. Who is your audience is number 1. Who is this person? What do you know about them? Think of the past 5, 6, 7, 8 interactions you've had with them. Is there a pattern? Are there things that you know about them that might inform the current situation? They've lost their job. They're having a hard time in life. They're super stressed at work because there's layoffs. All that stuff is about the who. Who is this person? Look at the larger pattern. Who has this person been to you for many years? Maybe you've known them since preschool, high school, college. What was their pattern? 2, Did you think about how your actions will be received? And think about how you would be received. Maybe you said something that's never been said before. Maybe you actually were kind of thoughtless that time. Does that matter? It kind of does, because you have to think about that. Now, I don't want you to ruminate about it, because sometimes it has nothing to do with you, but it's a way to check blind spots, right? 3, did you step into the other person's shoes? And did you think about what's going on for them and really understand who they are? 4, what evidence is there for my perspective? So my perspective is that the relationship isn't going well, that they are really having a hard time with me, that things are going south. But wait a minute, what evidence is there for that? One missed text, a read receipt, right? We often jump to conclusions based on data that is imperfect. That's one instance, right? Then we're falling into the one instance trap. So we want to see if there's a pattern. And then the last one, what is my emotional state? Is this impacting my perspective? Are you having a hard time? Are you experiencing anxiety, depression? Do you feel more isolated than normal? Do you feel so worked up about this worry, about this friendship, or this perspective that you're taking that maybe we need to step back, breathe deep, and give it some time and see if emotions are impacting our perspective? I have one last hack, which is to predict how people will react. You can gamify predicting. I can go into different environments, situations, and as I interact with people, I notice how they're reacting to me. I place little bets with myself. The other thing is take a bird's eye view. Metacognition is an executive function. It's a super important piece of any social problem solving. And the more we think about what we know about ourselves, what we know about our strengths, our weaknesses, our past patterns, and help them inform our future choices, the better off we will be. Thank you to everyone who stayed on to the end. I hope this helps. I appreciate you so much. Please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments. Do you feel like you have social blind spots? And do you feel like this tendency to kind of use the last interaction as our whole script and our whole lens on a situation can be a little problematic? Bye, friends.